Hey, fellow collectors, today we're going to take a look at DC Direct Batman and Son action figures. Now, this comes from the story where Batman finds out that he does have a son from Natalia, from the Demon's Head, or Ra's al Ghul's daughter. And we see here that they have stolen Dr. Langstrom's serum for the Manbat and has created a army of ninja Manbats. So as we see, I have one loose here, but we'll take a look at the packaging first. We see that this figure does come with a nice set of things. He has two swords that he can wield, and if we look on the back, we will see the figures in the line, and I'll get closer so you can read. Okay, so let's leave this guy in the box and take a look at the loose one. Now his swords are put up somewhere. The reason being is they do fit in this scabbards, which are part of his cape, are part of his wings, but they do get in the way of the movement, so I have removed them and put them somewhere, and I forgot where they are, but I will find them one day. So as we look at the figure, we see it's a nice sculpted figure, definitely of the Manbat. As I turn on the light so we can get a little more details, we can see that this guy has this scowling face here, lots of detail painted in it. And as we look at the head, we see a nice rotation left and right. As far as up and down, he has just a little, not a lot. As for his arms, they can come out pretty good. He does have this rubber wings, so that's good for his movement coming in and out, and they are attached to his forearms and his bicep. Now, he does not have a bicep swivel, even though it looks like it. He does not. He does not have an elbow bend. His wrists do not bend, and he has no no ab crunch, nor waist swivel. As far as forward and backward movements for the legs, there you go. He does have a single bend at the knee, and his ankles can rotate around. They do not pivot at all. So, pretty stiff figure. But as you can see here, whenever we pull it in, the wings do go down a little bit. They still will puff out. Have no fear about that. Since they are hard plastic, they will not let this figure have any kind of close knit or even wrap around him like the gargoyles would. Now, as stance goes, this guy is more suited to stand like this than anything. Because whenever you do this, he's top heavy, he will fall over. He does have one hole in the leg, or right foot, so you can pose him. But this is a good pose for him. If you do have the swords, you can put them in his hands. He does have two holes to allow for them, and you'll see they are rather thin here, so they're easy to break, and that's another reason why I put them up. So I did not want them to hamper the figure itself or make it stand. So the normal pose for how you put them in is something like this on a stand. So if I bring in one of the stands, you'll see what I mean. Because he is a creature of the night, he does fly. He is a ninja. He's not a turtle, but he is a rather good figure. And you can see here, he would be a nice addition to your Demon's Head army, or even the Batman line. So, how does he stack up? So as I bring him off the stand, get him in his natural pose, I will stand him up a little bit so he can have a height check. A little too short. So we see this character by the ear just comes up to 7 3/4 inches. His head comes in right at 7 inches. So that means that he will fit in with a multiverse figure. So this is nice because this is an older figure. Even though the Man-Bats are supposed to be bigger, you can say, oh, I'm just a smaller version of the one. Okay. I've been sick. That's a better answer. So, if we look at the Marvel Legends series, and we look at the G.I. Joe, we'll see these are the figure lines that would most fit in with this guy, because he's supposed to be just a little bit taller. All right. So, final thoughts on this guy. It was a good storyline. It was a good addition to the mythos of the Demon's Head and things like that, and the army, that they will stop at nothing to conquer the world and make it a better place for all, right? Heard that story before. All right, so guys, until next time, remember, like, subscribe, and keep collecting.